Hey guys, how we all doing today? I hope we're all doing wonderful today. Welcome to Black Spin. This is your girl Nikki. Hello. So as you can see by the title, it says that everything is the black woman's fault. Everything. The denigration in society, the fact that there's so many degenerate black males. It's all our fault. Is there any more white wine? Hold on, I had to grab the remote control to pause the television here. But yeah, everything is the black woman's fault, and black men have no culpability. It has nothing to do with them. It's all on us, honey. We did it. We did it. It is our fault, baby. Everything is our fault. The fact that child support exists is our fault. Welfare is our fault. The black woman took the black man out of the home. It's all on us, honey. And I kind of like, I see it even on simple comments on Instagram. So, and that's actually what triggered this this video today. And I really want to like go into it and kind of not so much as dissect it. What's this? Oh, my necklace. Not so much as dissect it, but I want to kind of break it down and explain it so that it could maybe be understood to some degree, because I really need black men to understand, and for us to understand together that it's not on us. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So what triggered this whole thing was this Instagram post here. So let's play it.
It's really bad, but one thing I have to say is anytime
let's start it over.
Girl, it's bad out here. It's really bad, but one thing I have to say is anytime I've dated a non-black man, like I've never had this issue. Like they never asked me for a place to live. They never asked me to pay for anything. So maybe we just need to expand our options. But I see it. Like I see it. It's bad. It's really bad.
Okay, so we be having these black young ladies telling us how amazing it was to date outside their race, how they dated a white guy and a Latino guy and a...
Just can we pause for a minute and let's just look at the feminism in the way this man is speaking, his mannerism, the way he moves his head.
Puerto Rican guy and a Chaldean guy and an Indian guy or whatever, Spanish guy, Mexican guy, and it come full circle to them still being single. So maybe the problem is you, because the common denominator in all these fellas of different races you're dating is still you. And a lot of women, black women, like dating projects. Now, what a project is,
which has nothing to do with what she was talking about. And this goes right on to them saying that we need to choose better. I had a black man tell me we need to choose better when he made a post about single parent households, and I said about CPS coming in to take children. He said, I don't like white men being able to come into black homes to take black children. So I said, so my comment was, maybe if there weren't so many fatherless children and so many single parents out there in the world, that maybe this would help this to stop. And his straight comment, and I quote, I am not paraphrasing, was choose better. But let's continue.
Is the guy who ain't got no damn job, or he barely got a job working part-time at McDonald's, or son, he live at home with his mama, his grandma, his auntie. You know, they like to build that guy up. They like to build that boy up into a man. And then when it don't, what happens, they be like, oh, these black men are not.
But he's not taking into accountability, again, no accountability, that they should already be men. They shouldn't need a woman to come along that he's dating to build him up. To help him get a career, to help him find out what he likes, to help him get where he wants to be in life. He should already be there. And depending on the age, he should already be there or on his way there. Remember, we're not talking about children. We're talking about grown men here dating grown women. And he's saying that we like projects. So if we like projects, how come there are so many projects out there for us to choose from? Why is that? But okay. Again, black men need to start addressing black men. They always want to talk to women. Always.
Not men, but yet you look past the real black men and go to them.
Girl, it's bad out here. It's really bad.
Okay, so my comment here is, let me come back on his screen. So my comment here is, why is it that black men always address black women who are divesting or have chosen to divest? Very good question. I have never seen checking I have never seen them, checking other black men we're living in a white checking other black men. I forgot the apostrophe. We're living in a white female worshiping culture, pedestalizing white women and speaking negatively on black women. Black women are the most loyal to their race because we understand genetics on a subconscious level. We only date out because most of y'all already y'all already gone and gave birth to white children, which is true. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these replies here. I want to view all of them. So we kind of get to, okay, so black women are only loyal. Hold on. Black women are only as loyal as their options. It's been proven. I really want to know that. Who are these 5 people that like this? Some Dusty Crusties. Okay. We got options. Just, hold on. Black women don't utilize them. Exactly. Okay, so she's talking to me. Exactly. So here's an example of the unwavering, undeserving loyalty, right? She says black women are the most loyal. Hell, I'm 43 and 11 years no relationship dealing with black men. And then a black man would say that's her fault, right? Okay. No relationship dealing with black men. I don't want to date out. Again, there's the loyalty. Even though she's been single for the past 11 years, I'm not saying it's all of the men's fault that she's choosing to be with, but we're not going to sit up here and say that it's all that I'm going to take myself off. That it is all her fault either. 11 years in a relationship, nobody gouged her, but I bet she's had sex. So, and we're not going to say, oh, she can't cook, she can clean. We don't know this woman. So, but 11 years and single after I'm assuming that she was avidly looking for a relationship. So we can't just put that all at her feet. I don't want to date out, again, the loyalty, but it looks like I'm going to have to. I'm sick of their games and being alone. Black women are left behind by black men while they sleep with these white women and parade their arms and parade them on their arms and shit. Single white women rates of being left alone by black men increase in 3 years. I read. So they're not fit for their asses neither. Okay, how do you like that comment? I don't know. So my response is to the Great Black Shark, which is, oh, he must have deleted his comment. So I asked him meaning. But anyway, so let's read what I said to the Great Black Shark. I think he said something to the effect of, why are we dating out, or something like that. I said the same reason why for the past 30 years black men divestors have been talking down, holding up / creating negative stereotypes about black women to the point to where white women in every ethnicity. So white is the race, or Caucasian is the race, and then ethnicity is going to be the Latinos, the Hispanics, the Europeans, the Euro Latinos, stuff like that. So so that we the Indians, or what we call Indians, or the Iranians, the Pakistanians. Those are all Caucasoids. So when I say white women, I'm speaking about the Caucasian race. So every ethnicity and nationality within that white spectrum is what I'm speaking on here. So I'm talking about all of them across the board. So where did I stop at? To the point to where every white woman of every ethnicity thinks that they're better than us in every way and don't even give us respect in our totality. Please don't act like this is something that black women do on a regular basis. I mean, divesting and dating out. Do on a regular basis. Again, Where were you and men like you when the black female image was being tarnished by black men as a collective? Okay? So I don't believe he responded at all. We're gonna get into Still So Brooklyn in a minute. So no, that young man didn't respond. But he was trying to blame, everybody blames black women. Like everything is black women's fault. And this is, I come across this ideology so often, so it prompted me to do a video on it. So, this is crazy. So, first lie. He started off with a lie. Mr. Still So Brooklyn. Black men haven't talked down on black women to the point to where white women think they're better. Come on, how many white women from the Jenny Mize down to the Santanas have come out and flat out said that they're the better option, that they're more submissive, that they're more this, that they're more that. But they don't talk about how black men come into those relationships prepared to submit, prepared to submit their incomes, prepared to submit their checks, prepared to provide. When it comes to providing for a black woman, it's tricky. And they want to go 50-50 on everything. And black women have to bring something to the table. But when they date outside their race, when they're divesting, they are prepared to be submissive economically and take care of that woman so that she can rest in her femininity and portray the role of the woman traditionally in the home. So let's see here. Think that they're better. Black women did that to themselves. Here we go. It's the black woman's fault. Black men never told y'all to wear fake hair. White people did. There we go. Talking about hair, boy. Whenever we get into any type of sociological or even a philosophical debate at this point, we could be talking sociology. We could be talking about psychology. We could be talking about something as simple as dating, which back goes to psychology. We could be talking about economics. We could be talking about anything. They all bring up the same thing: the look, the aesthetic of the black woman. It's our fault. It's the weave fault. If it wasn't for that weave. Not to mention how many sisters I know that are natural and still single. That young lady who just posted looked like she had locks in her hair. Oh, but it's our hair, goddammit. Okay, so we tarnished our image with weave. Not the fact that us half naked was heavily propagated. And it wasn't even us that's half naked. They allowed Europeans or biracials to integrate themselves into black society and do all of this disgusting behavior under the guise that they are black women, but they are not. So non-black women ingratiate themselves in our culture via the black man and then tarnished our image. Now we're all strippers, hoes, and thoughts. Image-wise. Okay, let's go. White people told us to wear weave. Okay, child. Black men never told y'all to get fake bodies. The shows produced by white people did. What? The shows? Okay. Wow. Black men never said get rid of your protection. White people did. What protection we got rid of? Because even if we go back to the civil rights movement, we was getting bit by dogs alongside of y'all, with y'all. Y'all wasn't jumping in front of the canines getting bit for us. Y'all wasn't jumping in front of no German Shepherds and no Manawas. You know, Manawas, those are those dogs in John Wick 3, the Halle Berry dogs. Those are typically the police dogs. They just look like German Shepherds because they're all shepherd dogs. Okay, let's see. But of course, men don't know that. I do, though. So let's go. Well, a black man did tell me that. So, Okay, let's see here. Get rid of your protection. White people did. Black men never said y'all can raise boys into men. White people did. White people didn't tell us we can raise boys into men. Our backs were pushed against the wall due to the absentee father, and we were forced to attempt to raise our boys into men. But he's gonna be hypocritical at one point, I'm sure. We're reading these together. You know what I mean? I skimmed over one of his comments that I responded to a few times, and so it prompted this. So let's see here. White people did. Black men as a whole did absolutely nothing to destroy black women's image as a whole. Y'all did that all on your own. Women aren't loyal to anyone or anything but anything but survival. Why are we in survival mode? Is it because we are here by ourselves having to figure it out? Like, why are we in survival mode? It's exactly, Jocelyn. Our hair girl. It's our hair girl. Okay, so who put us in survival mode? Why are we in survival mode? Why are we mentally, why are we the go-getters? We can't be wives and mothers and dedicate our lives to raising culpable young men and women, responsible young men and women. Y'all say a lot of girls that are in the sex industry, in the adult entertainment industry, because you can't say that word on here for some reason. They were raised by women and they don't have no daddy. They got daddy issues, but they never talk about who created these daddy issues. What's the absentee father? Okay, so let's keep going. Women are loyal to anything, to anyone or anything but survival. When you're in survival mode, nothing else matters. I do agree with him, but who put us in survival mode? And it just so happens that white men owns all owns all of what you need today. So you have fallen in line. Okay, so if by that logic, sir, doesn't that not mean that he has fallen in line as well? Isn't he also in line? If he owns, in all caps, all that you need to survive. Now notice how he separates the black man from the black woman. He didn't say all that we need to survive. All that you, meaning the black women, the black woman who he's talking to, needs to survive. If the white man owns all of that, then that's why sociologically speaking, all of us are in line. But don't that make you check and mate it as well? Okay. Have fallen in line. I don't care what y'all do. Just keep our names out y'all mouths. Ooh, so catty. Okay. So, excuse me. Yes. Yes, they. I'm assuming I meant to say yes. They have. I am very, very grammatically inclined. But everybody who knows me know I yell into that damn microphone, and whatever it types is what it types, and I'm sending. God doggone it. Anyway, so yes, they have. Example, Cyn Santana. Didn't I just say that's a Euro Latina right there? That's a Caucasian Spanish speaking Caucasian. Cyn Santana comment, black men, what black men do to correct her? Nothing. They co-signed with her. What black men gave her that ideology? All of them. From the white female worshiping culture, pedestalizing white women, etc., whether they speak Spanish or French, they get pedestalized above their own women, and they are the only race of men to do so. Come on, guy. Be real about it. Be real about it. Black men believe in the power of. If black men believed in the power of the black family, upheld their women, and exclusively dated and married, and was willing to die for our independence, then as a people we would be in a much better state of mind and being. This is what I said. Okay. And then I said, actually, all things you mentioned, black women do to attract black men. Exactly. When they had this infatuation, for lack of a better term, with straight hair, what did black women do? We straightened our hair. You know what I mean? With this soft, they call it soft hair, but we know what they mean. When they had this infatuation with this straight hair, we permed our hair. Let's not forget, black men were perming their hair as well. They were cocking their hair and making their hair straight. So again, we psychologically speaking, if they're our leaders and we're following the leader, which led us straight into oppression and Jim Crow and also slavery, if we're following the leader, then they permed their hair, we permed ours too. So come on, let's not be coy. Let's not play these mental games. You know what I'm saying? Not only were we following suit, we were doing what you deemed attractive. You like European features? We have long flowing hair too. We straighten it out. It is what it is. I know a lot of women who are natural, but when they get in the swimming pool, for example, their afro just gets submerged in water and it goes down their back. It might dry back out like this, but it's still very long hair. But they don't want it long. They want it straight. Okay, so due to attract black men, your obsession with long straight hair led us to relaxers and weaves, etc. What protection did we get? That's a joke. Y'all don't even protect yourselves. Every officer murdered one of you is still living. Yet my cousin lost her child's father. This is a recent loss in the family. Lost her child's father due to an inexperienced shooter scared to fight. How many of y'all got shot at the club or know someone who got shot or died on this club scene and they weren't even the intended victim? Y'all buying these Glocks and stuff, but when I go to the gun range, it's me, white men, and white women in there. It's black women, white men, and white women in there for the most part. See, y'all love to complain and say, oh, when I go to the gym, all I see is white women. Okay, but when I go to the gun range, all I see is white men. A sprinkle of black, sprinkle. And I guess we be missing each other. Because I see y'all posting, shooting at the range on Instagram, but I don't never see y'all in the range shooting shots with me. That's all I'm saying. So, and there ain't no black women in the gym, probably because we at work taking care of the children that you abandoned. But okay. Inexperienced fighter. The black man has, as a collective, takes no accountability when it comes to the state of the black community. Everything is the woman's fault. Shaking my head. So he come with the laughing emojis, and I don't know what that means. I think it means stop, right? But I don't know. He's rolling on the floor laughing. Stop. No, ma'am. This is all y'all's. This is on y'all's watch. Okay, so we had protection, and it since forgone that protection, whose watch? Is it not your watch? Because even though you've decided to no longer protect us, this is still your watch. Okay. This all happened on your watch. Quick side note, there is no free deaths by cops in Brooklyn. Go check them stats. Why don't you just give me the stats? If there are stats to vindicate or back up what you're saying, then you should quote them. But they don't know how to even have a conversation or debate. If you want to prove yourself right, you can't just keep saying that you're right. And if you're going to quote statistics, then you need to quote the source so that I can go check that statistic and dissect it for myself. Right? Not interpret it like most people do, but dissect it and see exactly what was said verbatim. Okay, cops shoot in their own car. Cops shoot in their own car, etc. A car flipped over, burned. Cops shoot in their own car, etc. I don't know what that means, but a cop flipping over and burning or having what I'm assuming is an accidental death by shooting in his own car is not reciprocity. That's not the black man seeking vengeance on these murderers. That's not what that is. That's karma. That's just karmatic energy, you know. But it's not the exact same cop who murdered Floyd Young, for example. It's not the same cop who murdered Breonna, for example. It's not the same cop. It's not the same cop. You know what I mean? They're still walking on desk duty or probably back even in the field. So again, what have black men done? Nothing. He didn't give me an example. He gave me an example of karma. We are the reason why there are bulletproof glass covering the driver, the driver and passenger side windows on police cars. I'm assuming is what he's saying. Really? Because I thought it was anarchists. I thought it was people like Antifa and those anarchist groups, those white supremacist anarchist groups. Because don't we remember when they first let in blacks in the police force that cop cars was getting shot up? So they had to think of something? Okay. But we'll keep going. Now back to my point. Oh, that wasn't even part of your point, child. Oh, that's right. His point is blaming black women for everything. Now back to my point. Men loved women as they came. Rap videos, which is produced by white men, boy, no accountability. I know several rappers, and they cast their own videos. They'll call a young lady that they know and say, hey, we need some girls. We seen it happen on Blue Flakes video, on Boosie video, on Andre video. What's Andre's name? Soulja Boy. video, they put in a request to a female they know for women, and then if they get there and they don't like the way they look, they can send them out back and get some more. They can say, hey, I want this color woman, I want that color woman, a caramel woman. Even back in the day when Bow Wow did the Deuces remix, I believe, he had a dark-skinned leading lady, and he was on 106 in Park, and he said, and I quote, dark-skinned women are underrepresented. I wanted to make a video for them when my love interest was dark-skinned. So that's what he requested. But people love, everything is the white man, the black woman fault. We the enemy. I don't understand that. But we was in slavery with you. We was in bondage with you. We went to Jim Crow with you. So when did we become the enemy? Or was it still infatuated for white women that led us to be the enemy? But let's go keep going. Again, we talking about appearances. Okay, which produced by white men made y'all alter y'all's appearance. I hit that already. We're not going to keep hitting the same dog that's hollering. Also, job hunting made y'all's fix y'all's hair as well. Oh, but you see that? His subconscious mind is coming out. Job hunting made y'all fix y'all hairs as well. So there, in his subconscious, there is something wrong with the afro, right? If us fixing our hair is him going back to his point about relaxers and weaves and stuff like that. So if job hunting, now why are we job hunting? Is it because a man somewhere abandoned the home and forced us to work, forced us to go out there and make money where we no longer could be the woman of the house, we have to be the man of the house, the provider of the house? I'm just asking. All men complain about income tax time and they want to carry their kids on income tax, and we have to take turns carrying children on income tax, but you don't take care of this house. You don't provide for this house. You won't earn income credit, but you ain't earn no income for this credit. Sir, let's keep going. Proof that, let's see here, job hunting make y'all fix y'all hair. Proof of that is in the law that was just put in a few years ago saying that jobs could not discriminate against people for having natural hair. Proof of what? You're actually arguing with yourself at that point. That's an actual law. Now stop blaming men. The law says you cannot discriminate against us for our hair. But what is work? The work life, because black men don't employ anybody. So that is a white sector. What does that have to do with the black sector of men? You can't use race interchangeably here. You're a black man. You have to take a culpability or present an argument from a black male perspective. You can't present an argument from the white male perspective. Us having to fix our hair and have black women fought to not be discriminated against at work for our hair. It started with that a few years ago with that young black lady with the locks who was denied employment at a accounting firm, I believe, because of her locks. So what are you talking about? And the reason why that law got changed to now where men with dreadlocks can now go work in corporate America is because of a black woman. So that just shows our loyalty, unless he wants to believe that he's just a byproduct and benefited from our black female privilege. I don't understand what he's saying here. That has nothing to do with black men worshiping a certain phenotype and a certain type of hair and diminishing a certain phenotype and a certain type of hair. I don't get that argument, but okay. So stop blaming men. And lastly, which is the best of all. Ooh, y'all be getting to the best of all, child. Come on, Brooklyn. When black men are in charge, when black men were in charge, when was that? When black men were in charge, our cities were bombed and burned down all over the United States. Okay, so I guess we could go back and look at my video, the murder of black entrepreneurship, where I went over all these black business districts that was bombed and stuff like that. But we got bombed with you. We had to relocate with you. And did you start another company? Did you pick up arms and create a militia and then created another city, even though those were districts, and then create another city? Or did you let them steal the land those businesses were on and force us into what we now call ghettos? So you got down to lay down. Like, why you saying white men own everything? At that point, we own most of everything. And you got down and lay down and conceded because you didn't want to get bombed no more. One thing about it, white folks willing to die for their theft. Them Iranians is willing to die for their theft. They'll strap a bomb to their motherfucking chest and blow up some shit to prove a point. Black men not willing to do that. At all. At all. Let's keep going. All over the United States. When black men was in charge, the Black Panthers era. No, black men were not in charge during the Black Panther era. White capitalists were in charge, which is why the Black Panthers were created in the first place, to counter that. But okay. We got taken out by drugs. You got taken out by drugs, or you chose to take the drugs? Now, a lot of them were assassinated. A lot of the real men, like Malcolm X and stuff, were assassinated. But let's not be coy. A lot of them chose to get high. A lot of them chose to smoke weed. So then they would send agents in, other black men. Mind you, black men took out black men. We saw the true story that they tried to make seem like it was a feeble tale about Judas of Messiah, whatever, that black man who infiltrated the Black Panthers. That was true. There were a lot of black FBI informants, not agents. They love to call themselves agents throughout the times, but they were not agents. You know, who took down Tuskegee? R.R. Moon. Who was R.R. Moon? An agent. Remember, Marcus Garvey even said he was an agent. He didn't want to be affiliated with him. What other black man? The biracial bastard W.E.B. Du Bois. Another white male worshiper who came into the black community by way of Clark University with miseducation and misguidance of the youth. So a lot of black men took down a lot of black men, but yet all the blame is on the woman here. I mean, he's not even being historically honest with himself at this point. Because I know my history. I'm an avid reader and I'm an avid researcher. Okay, let's go. When black men were the Panthers, we got taken out by drugs. You conceded. Stop saying you got taken out. You conceded. Both times. But both times black men were in charge. Y'all were protected. Our children flourished. And we stuck together as a people. Okay. Let's stop right there. But you also were taking each other out of the game. You also, see, this is when y'all, I'm not going to say when y'all first got infatuated with white female culture, but at the time, this is, back in those days, y'all, that's when y'all first start really dating out. Who let light-skinned biracial Elaine Brown into the Panthers? She was at the behest of, Asada Shakur used to have a blog. Maybe it still exists. I don't know. It was Rainbow something. You can go try to look it up and find it. She said several times, I put Elaine Brown out of the Panthers only to travel to California to find the bitch there, nesting there. Eldridge Cleaver, wife, herself even said I had to beat the shit out of Elaine Brown for trying to mess with my husband. She was messing with several men in the Panthers and taking information back to the CIA. Back to COINTELPRO. That was y'all infatuation with light skin and loose hair. That took y'all out. If you don't believe me, just look at it from a common sense perspective. You don't have to do the research I did, but I implore you to do so. Think about it. All the Black Panthers are living in exile, are dead, or are incarcerated, right? Elaine Brown is a politician. Okay. Let's keep going. Alive, well, and free. Blah, 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 blah. Children were protected. Now in the era of women, we're in the era of women. Y'all ain't shit. Listen to the venom he speaks. Black women ain't shit. Ooh. The moment men couldn't be in the house for y'all to receive benefits, y'all kicked every man out. What? Okay, they always try to blame welfare. Welfare did not kick the man out of the home, y'all. Number one, welfare was created for widows. They had to expand the usage of welfare to single parent domiciles because there were so many of them. The single parent household, the single woman raising her children came before the reciprocation or the receiving of welfare. That was a response. The response to us having to raise our kids by ourselves is what? The welfare. Claudine didn't put her man out. Go look at the movie Claudine. She didn't put her man out to receive the welfare. She probably couldn't get no new boyfriend because of that. But and at the end, that black man told her, fuck that white bitch. Give her stove. He went to the welfare office with her, a real black man, even though her other black man left her with all those kids to raise, which is why she got on welfare. She met another black man. That black man went with her to the welfare office and told them, gave them bitches that toaster back and said, kiss our ass. I'm going to take care of her and her kids. So where are we getting this idea from? Where are black men getting this idea from that welfare took them out of the home? Welfare didn't take you out of nowhere. You left and we had to find help to help with your income, because at the time it was still the feminist movement. So at the time, black or white women had a hard time finding work unless they were domesticated workers, which at that time did not pay that much. So it was either domestic work or sex work. And black women, by large, are too proud to do the adult entertaining work. Okay? So he put them stop hands up there. He must be trying to stop his goddamn self from talking that bullshit. I mean, because I'm trying to stop cursing, y'all. But look at such the venom and the spite in his voice. Us women ain't shit. Maybe it's the fact that you don't like women, or black women to be exact, is the diminishing and demise of the black family. Because you think we ain't shit, but you will fuck us and get us pregnant. And then since in your mind we ain't shit, you going to subsequently leave. And then once you leave, we got to get on food stamps. Let me tell you something. Before I was making too much money to receive welfare, that's not junk back there. That's my lab, because I got a company. That's why I make my stuff at. So hold on. Hold your horses, boo-boo. But anyway, I just noticed back there. But I got orders to fill, so I'm hopping in and out real quick. I got something to say. But in this total, like for example, for me, I never was on welfare. My first time getting on food stamps, guess when it was? When her daddy dissolved. So stop. Most women are not on welfare until they become single parents. Matter of fact, there's no need for welfare if it's a two-parent household and the man has a good income and the woman is at home raising the children. There's no need for this governmental assistance. But when that man leaves, he takes his income with him because y'all don't like to pay child support, and providing is tricking. Let's talk about that stigmatism. Okay, since providing is tricking, once you leave the household, you probably left because you wanted to keep your money to yourself and didn't want to provide for your family. Then the woman is, number one, she has to go job hunting. She has to fix her hair. She has to go job hunting. She has to find work. Until she's able to find adequate work who can supplement her household, guess what she has to do? Go reach out for supplements and help until then. And let's not forget to qualify for welfare, you have to be at poverty level or below poverty level. Who the fuck is under poverty? Go into the welfare office today. Look how many former inmates and black men getting food stamps. So I know a lot of black men with food stamps. But it took you out the home? Okay, sir. There they go. Welfare took them out the home, y'all. That's their age-old argument. And I used to believe that, because black men, they're the leaders. And they don't have you believe anything come out their mouth until you read a book and find out for yourself. No, it didn't. A bylaw of welfare at the time was not a man being in a household. That is nowhere in the laws. Now, when they issue housing to a woman, they don't expect nobody else to be living there for free, because you already living for free. I know families, a man and a woman who are married, who were doing bad, who got on housing as a family. My best friend and her husband both went to the welfare office and got food stamps. Because anybody who knows how the Porter used to work, there's a certain time where it gets really, really slow. And at the time, well, I don't know if it is now, but back then it got really, really slow. It was his first year working there. He didn't know that was about to happen. So he got on food stamps. Him and his wife got on food stamps. And after they got the food stamps, he got on unemployment. And he still took care of his family without her working. She was still raising the kids. Well, he was hitting the pavement looking for more work, receiving his food stamps and his unemployment to pay the bills in the house. So stop with that shit. Welfare is supplemental. If you didn't leave us in a situation where we had to supplement for your absence, then it wouldn't be no welfare. Okay. But keep going. Remember, black men, a group of black men called the Panthers, since you want to bring them up, created WIC. Why did they create WIC? Because there was so many of their sisters raising their kids by themselves who couldn't feed their children breakfast because they had to go to work so early. So the Panthers, those black men, took upon themselves to feed, to give milk and cereal and cheese and stuff to those women. And they had a breakfast program to feed those children while their mothers was at work. Stop. Brooklyn need to read. So let me see. We kicked them out of the house for welfare, y'all. To receive y'all's benefits, kicked every man out. Every man got kicked out? Wow. That moment, y'all got control of our kids. We got control of y'all kids? Or y'all conceded control of y'all kids for us to raise? Y'all got control of our kids. Y'all turned our boys into girls. Stop it. Wait a goddamn minute. Let's keep going. I want to get through his comment. Turn our boys into girls. Men have already proven their loyalty. How? Men have already proven. I'm not talking about no damn faithfulness. Because we know y'all not monogamous at all, right? But he just said women ain't shit. But they prove their loyalty. Okay, that's hypocritical. I'm talking about the betterment of us as a people. He might be talking about way long time ago's days, during the Panther era or something, because he damn sure ain't talking about now. He might be talking about during the Malcolm X era, during the lifespan of those great black men, because he damn sure ain't talking about now. He might be talking about back when Dr. Huey Newton was alive or something, because he ain't talking about now. Child. Okay, the betterment of our community, the betterment of us as a people. Y'all women chose the easy way out, taking child support, siding with cops. Check the statistics. Tell me the statistics to go check. I don't know where you're getting the statistical data from. Kicking men out and then destroying the children. Y'all running out of protectors because y'all are biologically unable to raise them. Okay. Here I go. So no accountability. Everything is the black woman's fault. Okay, cool. That's the past. Now, presently today, what are you doing to change this? Absolutely nothing. Artists cast their own videos. They choose a certain phenotype in their videos. And it is not mine or yours, as a matter of fact. Chris Brown said no darkies in his section. Black men such as yourself defended him and said that's his preference. When Danny Lee said a yellow bone is what he wants, even though she's European, where was the outrage among the black male demographic? There wasn't any. So stop blaming everything on white men and black women. At the end of the day, nothing will change until you admit as a collective what you have done wrong. Black males will continue to be at the bottom of the totem pole socially and economically. And if that's what you want, then continue blaming black women and see where that gets you. See what that gets you as a whole. Car flipping over has nothing to do with black men not giving police cause for pause and others cause for pause. No male group in America or abroad is scared of or respect black men. There's nothing to do with that. Has nothing to do with hair of a black woman, the appearance of a black woman, the image of a black woman. That has everything to do with yourselves as a collective. Y'all got to do better, brother. Y'all got to get it together, brother. That's not debatable. And then I said another comment. I broke my comments down because I didn't read his whole comment until I just read it with you guys. I just kind of skimmed through it. And then when I responded, I saw something else. So maybe want to say something else. And another thing, y'all have got to stop blaming welfare and saying welfare took you out of the home. Women got on welfare in response to you leaving the home. And a single black mother is the reason why boys want to be girls. And it has nothing to do with the absentee father. 5 question marks, because I really want to know the answer to that. Like, how can you blame me for a boy having feminine characteristics when he's raised around his grandmother, his aunt, his auntie, his mother? You know, the uncles are degenerates, the baby daddies are degenerates, the ex-husbands are degenerates, the grandfathers are probably dead. No, as a matter of fact, most black men that I know that was raised by their grandfather, they're very good black men. They were raised by their grandparents. Because in our grandparents' day, they were together. He must be this new generation of people whose grandparents were never married and didn't want to get married. So maybe he has a degenerate grandfather. Okay, girl, I ain't trying to preach, but goddamn it, Jocelyn, they making me today, honey, because he just said welfare took him out the home. Bitch, why? Let me keep reading, girl, because I'm gonna keep my Louboutin boot on their neck. We gonna talk about Brother Petio like in a minute. But anyway, so let's see. Blah blah nothing. Okay, has nothing to do with the absentee father. 5 question marks. It's supposed to be if a supposed man allows someone to take his children, then he is not a man at all. Well, you have equal rights under the law. Men and women have equal parental rights under the law. That is a fact. Under the law, all you have to do is go to family court with an attorney, and it will be resolved. The problem is most of you are derelicts with no job, no money, no source of income, or just flat out selfish. I'm gonna read that again because I was chuckling. I had to laugh at myself. Child, I was going off, honey. I didn't even read this. My goddamn self. Let's see. Children have equal rights under the law. All you do is get an attorney and go to family court, and the problem will be resolved. The problem is most of you are derelicts with no job, no money, no source of income, or are just flat out selfish. So you don't want to take advantage of your parental rights because you don't want to pay child support. So since you are ducking and dodging child support, you are also negating to participate in the upbringing of your child because you don't want to fund that upbringing. But one thing I noticed in your entire statement is there is no accountability on the black males. Nothing is your fault. You are to blame for nothing. You bring up a time in which black men were running things. So whose fault is it that you are no longer running things? Let me guess. Black women? Shaking my head. When did black men and their loyalty? When did black men and their loyalty? What were those actions? So when did black men have loyalty for us, and what were those actions? Like, what was that? Like, he can't keep black baby. When we're having these discussions, when the person you're speaking to me is talking about present day, black men love to go back and ride another black man coattail. Oh, where the Panthers did this and Malcolm X did that, and baby, stop going into the 60s. The 60s was 60 years ago. Why are you riding the coattails of a man who has been dead for 50 years, 30 years, 40 years, 20 years? Like, what are you doing now, today? Who took over when Malcolm X died in the community? Not the Nation of Islam. Who took over when Huey Newton was dead? Who took over after Fred Hampton? Who took over? And the good black men have such resistance by these type of men. Look at that young boy that was on Sway's TV, radio, podcast, whatever the fuck it is, where the young man said he made a video uplifting black women. He said, I made that video because I love my mama, I love my sister, and I love black women in general. What did Sway say? Don't you love all women? So even the good black man who does want to uplift black women, who does want to start a community, who do want to do something with his life, with his time and his efforts to advance his own race of people, they meet head-on opposition from his own people, his own black male demographic. Okay. So what were those actions? What are the statistics? What's the statistics that you can show me to prove that black women are on the side of cops? And please don't show me any statistical data that have to do with black women calling the police to protect herself from a derelict, violent deadbeat who is attempting to kill her or take her valuables. If you want a statistic, let's talk about how many women have died at the hands of black men. Didn't one of your fellow derelicts just kill the mother of his children and his children because she didn't want to share her stimulus check? Mind you, he didn't help take care of the children at all, but wanted some of her stimulus check. That's how broke he was. We are running out of protectors because they have never really existed they haven't really existed past the 60s. And according to black men, a woman can't raise a man. So we're not negating to raise them. You are. Game, set, match. So again, what did he talk about? Weave. Like, what was his argument? Weave and big booties. What's it got to do anything? And let's not forget that the surgery plastic body is the one that you guys go after. Okay. I know people don't like it when you bring up celebrities, but I'm gonna bring up a celebrity. That guy, Percy P. Miller, Q Dog, whatever this guy name is that own quality control that manages Cardi B and the Knuckleheads, the three amigos and stuff like that. Look at his baby mamas. Before he got rich, his baby mama looked like me. His daughter's very dark skinned. Oh, that girl got hair down her back though. Got hair down her back. She's a very pretty girl, right? And then the more money he got, the lighter those kids got. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You know, it's not his decisions. And then other black women see that these are the type of people, not these high value men, but these high earning men are choosing. And we want a man that can take care of us. Who doesn't? You know, they say it's gold digging when we do it, and it's expected when a white woman do it. But anyway, so what do? You know, a lot of dark skinned girls are self conscious and have low self esteem, so they bleach. Most women that look like me in Jamaica bleach. Spice made a song about it. If you go to Belize, they bleaching. If you go to Brazil, they bleaching. If you go to Jamaica, they bleaching. And if you go to Africa, they damn sure bleaching. They burning the shit out their skin. They got a new bleaching boiling method where they just pull it off. Look at Sammy Sosa. That's a white man now. Went from being a dark skinned Hall of Fame baseball player to a white woman. So we can't keep blaming this on us. We are living in a white worshiping culture where black men, anybody dark-skinned, I don't care what culture they're from, black people culturally and ethnically worship whiteness. And you guys are pushing that propaganda. You guys are pushing that propaganda. You're pushing the propaganda. All this woman said is a white boy never asked her for somewhere to stay, and they never asked her how much money she got and what she bringing to the table. The first thing, before I could even ask, and this is me speaking, you can't refute my own experiences. The first thing a man does is want to know what I do for a living. Before I could ask him what he do, he want to know what the fuck I do. Like, you got to stop. You can't blame us for the denigration of your masculinity. That is on you. You're the one who can't take care of the household without your woman working and going 50-50 on the bills. You the one that can't provide. And then the ones in the hood who do have money, they spend $12,000 on rims and grills and shit for their car, but won't pay child support. Come on now. You know, I still got love for my ex, but even sometimes he acts like a derelict. You know what I mean? So at what point, baby, all these phones going off. But so at what point do black men say, brother, we got to do better? We got to do better. When Danny Lay said a yellow bone is what he want, Lil Baby didn't come out and say, hey, chill out. You know my daughter dark skin and so is her mother. He put 3 yellow dots cosign. So you can't just say, oh, it's the white man this and the white man did that. The white man did that. Stop it. Stop it. And then y'all mad because Goldman Sachs decided to pump billions of dollars into black female entrepreneurs. But guess how many black male entrepreneurs are there? And of those entrepreneurs, how many of them actually do something for the community? I follow a lot of well-to-do black men that to learn little business tips and stuff from. But I don't see on their page where they give back to the community. I don't see it. Now, I know a lot of drug dealers who do backpack drives and buy tennis shoes for the poor and give back to their communities. But the educated black man, And there's a book that you haven't read. If you haven't read it, you should read it. I read it in middle school, The Miseducation of the Negro. Dr. Carter G. Woodson said, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember his exact quote. The more educated a black man gets, the least likely he is to come back and benefit his community. That's what Dr. Carter G. Woodson said. And it's true. Then y'all say, oh, black women didn't like me. You mean to tell me, as cute as Michael B. Jordan is, no black woman wanted him? Stop. Kobe Bryant had a black fiance before he married that little Mexican child, that little white child that he married, that Spanish-speaking European. And now that he's done, all his millions are funneled into the white community. Marvin Hagler, their boxer, worth like $50 million. But who got the money when he died? His white wife. I bet them black children, he had 4 black children by a black woman. I bet they didn't get nothing. If it's up to her, if he didn't have a will. So we got to stop blaming black women for everything that's wrong with the society. Because even if you're, okay, if it's black women's fault, black women, your mama was trash. She didn't raise you right. She ain't shit. Okay, now you're a grown man and you know right from wrong. What benefit are you to your community now? What are you doing different now? Now that you know the way that your mother raised you was wrong. Now that you know what's wrong with society. Now that you know what a derelict is, what a nincompoop is. Now that you know it's wrong not to raise your own children. What are you doing different? Because I know a lot of fatherless children who have fatherless children. Okay? So if you know how it feels to be a fatherless child, then why do you have children that don't have fathers? I don't want to hear about no curse, no generational curse. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't want none of that shit. Because most women who know what it feels like to have a trifling mama, they do the exact goddamn opposite of their trifling ass mama. They at every game. They at a basketball game. They at every football game. My best friend had a crackhead for a mama. That girl, you can't pay her to touch no drugs. She don't miss no game. Her kids do. Her husband doing 20 years in the pen, but guess what? She take them boys to see their daddy. She talk to her boys about sex. She talk to her boys about how to treat their kids, how to treat women. She out there. She don't play dolls with her sons. She go out there and shoot ball with her sons. So stop that shit. If you ask me, a man can't raise a man. Because a lot of these gay boys out here, they know they daddies. So maybe you feminine bitch ass niggas need to stay away from y'all sons and maybe they'll do much better, right? If by that logic, if we go by what he's saying, everything's the woman's fault and they don't have no accountability, they don't have nothing to atone for. All this woman said was white men don't ask for no place to stay. You know, with this quick side note. So at what point are we going to, I want to go show y'all this other one where the guy told me to choose better. But at one point.
But one thing I have to say is, anytime I've dated a non-black man, like I've never had this.
Like at one point are we going to, as a whole, take on our own accountabilities? At what point are we going to realize that we are whole? Because they don't see black men by themselves. When they see black men, they see black women. When they see black women, they see black men. You know? Y'all don't even realize this new weed, this new drug y'all smoking is actually crack. You know? Okay, here go another derelict daddy. Let's see what he had to say. So, this is the comment I was telling y'all about. So, this is the post. I don't care what black mother did, what the black mother did wrong. I will never be comfortable with the optics of a white CPS worker and police taking a black baby from a black parent. Too much racist history. Okay. So I said, well, if men stop creating single parent homes, this would help alleviate that. Right? Nothing big. I didn't even say black men. I said if men stop creating single parent homes, this will help alleviate that. So this is the ignorance I had to contend with. Again, everything's the black woman's fault. Stop choosing them. Get the fuck out of here. Stop choosing them. No, they need to. They need to stop being them. Come on, sister. See, okay, that's that choose better mentality. Okay. Don't even reply to her foolishness because statistics show that women have wrecked homes, that women, the women that wreck the house in most cases. Wait a minute. Maybe I read that wrong. Don't even reply to her foolishness because statistics show it's the women that wreck the home in the first place. What statistic? Where's your statistical data? They always say statistics, stats this, stats that. Tell me what the CDC says. What is that when they come and ask you who all live in the house? The government thing. Oh, it's so racist. It's how they paperwork this. It was paper genocide. Y'all know what it is. Said that according to not this. What the hell is that statistic? Where they count everybody? Help me out, somebody. Whatever. This certain statistics show that women wreck the family in most cases, right? So here's abstract thinker who can't think abstractly. Come on now, it takes two to create a life, a male and a female. Men don't create single families. Okay, number one, creating life and creating single family is two different things. You know what I mean? Those are two different things. Of course, it takes the male is the fertilizer, the woman is the seed. Of course, it takes two to create a family, but it only takes one to walk out. So it don't take two. So men alone cannot create a single family. Yes, all you gotta do is pack up his shit and leave. The fuck? And there it is, a single family. You know this. No, I don't know this. You can't tell me what I know. You need to, and this is where the bullshit comes in. You need to elevate your mindset and stop blaming men alone. You seem confused and don't understand yourself. What the hell does understanding oneself have to do with this? What do I not understand about me? Because I know me very well. So it's like they talk and talk and talk to try to seem smart. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna work. It's not gonna make it. You know, I don't get it. I don't get how they always try to make themselves seem like they're oh so wise and all this and all that. Like, nah, it doesn't work like that. Like, stop it. You don't understand yourself. What the? It sounds good in the statement, but it has nothing to do with the argument or the point at hand. So, and then here go this girl, this black woman who don't really understand that he's blaming her too. I was just about to say it takes two as well. The blame is on both sides. No, it's not. Because if I want my family to stay together and he wants to leave, and I'm saying, what can we do to work this out? And his choice is to leave, then how is that on me when I tried to work the family out? Stop it. Okay. The father is in the video. What? The father's in the video. This is not the crack era. There are plenty of two-parent households in the black community. We may not be married, but the father is there. Please stop this narrative. So this is me responding to the girl that says it takes two. I say, actually, women are more willing to work out issues and create/hold a family together. It has to be mitigating circumstances for a woman to leave her family, i.e. abuse. This is me talking to abstract thinker talking about it takes two and that I'm confused. Confused, do two question marks. Is it possible that you need to elevate your mind or at least open it up? Men are the fertilizer. Men control marriage and men typically leave. When an accidental or even in accidental instances, accidental pregnancy, it's usually the man who doesn't pursue or attempt to create a family. And this is me responding to the author of the video who said we need to choose better. Is it possible you don't know Hold on. Is it possible you don't know you're going to be? Is it possible that you don't know you're going to be a single parent until it happens? Not a woman. Not a woman that are single parents procreated with degenerate men. Not every woman that are single parents procreated with degenerate men. You often don't find out that he can't even co-parent on his most basic level until the life is created. Rich, wise, and poor men all have baby mamas. So here's abstract thinker responding to me after I said men are the fertilizer, men control marriage, etc., etc. Clearly, you're a man hater, and you sound ignorant, sis. I'm a man hater. Child, I love men, especially black ones, honey. So I know he a lie. All this is out of love, honey. Because if no one tells you what you're doing wrong, I'm your mother. I'm your God. Mitochondrial DNA said so. But anyway, I don't want to be ego driven here. But I'm your mother. Of course, I'm gonna tell you when you're doing wrong. I'm gonna pop you on your hand and get you in line. So, you sound ignorant, sis. So I said I'm far from ignorant, and shame on you for not being able to amicably disagree with someone. But then again, when people can't successfully rebuttal talking points, they typically do insult your intelligence, which is true. And then here's abstract thinker talking to me again. Who needs to make a rebuttal on your wacky opinions? Wacky opinions? That wasn't no opinion. Men are the fertilizer. That is biology. Men are the fertilizer. Men control marriage. That's social political fact. Okay. Now these black women out here now asking men to marry them, but they're breaking tradition. You know what I'm saying? I can't just go get a marriage certificate without the man being there. So men control marriage. They pursue marriage. They pursue relationships. Men say, hey, I want you to be my girlfriend. Men say, I want you to be my fiance. Men say, I want you to be my wife. Men control marriage. So what is a wacky opinion? Those are facts. That's not even a statistical fact where people are going around asking questions and gathering data. That is an actual fact, especially about the man being the fertilizer. Okay. You sound ignorant is by solely blaming men and men only. You sound ignorant by solely blaming men and men only. I didn't blame anyone. That wasn't blame there. You said it takes two, so I had to let you know that it doesn't take two to create a life. I mean, to leave a life and create a single family. I was just correcting you. And maybe some of my original statement where I said if men would stop creating single families. Well, most single families are created by men. Either by negating to pursue a relationship after the accidental pregnancy or leaving an existing relationship once the baby enters the picture. So, what are we saying? So, let's see here. Solely blaming men. Read what you wrote. I know exactly what I wrote. Without me scrolling back up, I was able to tell you what I wrote. As a matter of fact, you sound like the typical hairdresser. So now he's gone on my page and he sees that I'm in the beauty and the hair and beauty industry. By the way, ignorance is different from intelligence. Sir, for someone to be ignorant, they either lack the fortitude or the interest in educating themselves on a certain topic, meaning they're speaking without knowing. So if you're telling me I'm talking without knowing my facts, then you're insulting my intelligence directly. But he's just trying to sound smart. Okay, so I said, sir, I stated facts, and I'm using sir cynically, of course. Sir, I stated facts, not opinions. Maybe you're the one that needs to go back and read. Again, all you're doing is attempting to exchange insults with me. I don't vibrate on that low frequency. I don't vibrate on a low frequency to do so. If you don't have anything factual and cannot formulate an educated form rebuttal, then there is no reason for you to at me. Sincerely, your typical hairdresser. And then I commented again. I didn't at him, and I said, deflection at its finest. Oh, you commented again? I didn't see this. Okay, you're telling me that black men are the cause of single parent homes, and that is a fact. The fact is that men just procreate and then leave the house. You wear an unk and don't know what it means. I know this represents life. What the fuck is he talking about? What does my unk have to do with anything? I have like 5 unks. I have a 5-carat unk. I have a sterling silver unk. I have a platinum unk. I have this unk. What are you saying? How do you not know? How do you think? And then the idea of the man, the woman, and the child being the Holy Trinity, which is something that this unk is predicated on, has nothing to do with present day. They always want to talk about ancient times. Let's talk about today. Today. Out of all 10 of my friends, I have 10 friends that are single parents, okay? Because we have a little group. It's 10 of us in the group. Okay. Their man broke up with them. They got tired of getting caught cheating, which was causing arguments and turmoil in the house. Single women. And if they have a child with you, then you're creating a single family. Okay, so anyway, and you don't know what it means, go study and learn about it, because if you believe what you say, you shouldn't be wearing it, which means in your words and actions are contradictory. How so? He's just talking, but he's not saying anything. A contradictory. I cannot take you serious. It's not a cross. Who said it's a cross? It's not a cross. It sounds like you're going off of the men you choose and how they treat you. What the fuck is he talking about? Yes, I'm a single parent, but I've had plenty of boyfriends who came in and took care of this house. So I don't know what he's talking about. 2 of them passed away, and one of them went to prison for a really long time. And outside of those 3 men, I haven't wanted to get into another relationship, especially after the last death that I experienced. But it's sad. To be honest with you, most of the black men that are willing to take care of their families, especially be stepfathers, are the people that they call pookies and ray-rays and thugs and gangsters, because you educated men like to follow Kevin Samuels, who says that our value has diminished if we have children already. And y'all are all co-signing that. So stop it. When my tire just busted the other day, who did I call? Someone who y'all would consider a thug, who takes care of his home and everything like that. He just makes money on the street. I called him and said, my tire bust. He was like, man, where you at, man? God damn. He was a little perturbed, but he came and changed my tire. So I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And I know a single parent who was a guy. He didn't feel like his mother was doing right by his son. He took her to court and got his son. He was a Marine. You know what I'm saying? So he got money for lawyers. And matter of fact, he represented himself in family court, exercised his authority, and took advantage of his parental rights. And now his son is at home with him. He done got another girlfriend, got her pregnant too. They broke up. I think they got back together. But that's not the point. So if he wasn't her child's father, she would still be raising that son in whatever impoverished environment that baby was in. So stop it. I didn't say it's only men, but the majority of men create single parents. And again, the reason why I'm not going to respond to this guy, because all he's doing is trying to exchange insults. Now I don't know what an unk means. Now I just think it's a cross. That's just speculation, conjecture, and assumptions. And I'm not going to respond to that. Again, he's trying to just exchange insults. But, bro, outward thinker, what's this, abstract thinker? You can't exchange insults with me. Because if I go click on your page and look at your pictures, honey, I will get on you, honey. Because from your picture, like you haven't seen the gym in over a decade. Anyway, let's see. You need to go study and learn what it means. Contradictory. So how's it contradictory? Because when this unk first came into fruition, the meaning of this unk is thousands of years old. So something that's really half a millennia old, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be real about it. Something that's as old as has half a millennia has nothing to do with the culture today. Sir. I cannot take you serious. This is not a cross. You sound like you're going after men that you chose. Baby, I don't date derelicts, infantiles, or brokenness. So I don't know what the fuck he talking about, honey. Because you could look at my pictures and tell somebody somewhere is breaking bread with me, honey. I ain't trying to cap. I'm just saying. Okay, let's see. Y'all are just where we at? It's not you're going off the kind of men that you chose and how they are treated you. I'm stating facts. Then about hairdressers. What facts did he say? Have y'all heard a fact yet? Those are all opinions and assumptions. Now it is a fun fact. Tell me where I was wrong. All of it. I know someone just like you. Gained a little knowledge, remembered a few words from school. From school? From school? This westernized European education system? From school? I didn't know about the Gullah Geechee Wars in school. A teacher didn't give me the miseducation of the Negro. My mother did. My father taught me trigonometry and calculus. I didn't learn that shit in school. What the fuck is he talking? School? Again, assumptions and conjuncture because he does not know me. Remembered a few words from school. And if we're going to talk about school, I do have a degree in political science. If we're going to talk about school, I did drop out of law school. So I'm trying to figure it out. Which means I'm more prone to know how to dissect statistical data than you, sir. Okay, now your ego is bigger than your mouth. Leading your thought process. Don't hate on men. Change your outlook on life. Be more positive. When you know better, you do better. So I'm done. You stated not one. Where's my microphone at? Let me do it on my phone. I ain't finna do all that. Okay. Hold on real quick, y'all. Okay, so I heard 3 days ago. Let me go find him. Oh, I wish I'd have seen this. I had 80 days 3 days ago. Actually, you stated not one fact, just speculation and deflection at its finest. You assume I don't know what a unk is. You assume that I'm a messy hairdresser, and you assume that I've only dated bad men. All those are assumptions that you have made baselessly. So again, if you cannot successfully rebut my talking points, no need for you to respond to me. Matter of fact, I only debate those on my level. Others I teach. Bitch, since you want to bring my education into it. Oh, shit. It typed that too. Let's see. Look, y'all. I'm going to show y'all what it said. I'm going to read it to y'all. Now, y'all heard me say, I thought I was speaking clearly. Was I speaking clearly to y'all? Now, watch how Siri did me. Watch what she typed. Actually, you stayed, not stated. As you stayed in not one fact. Okay. Let me state it. So it's like, at one point, are we going to just speculation and deflection? It is fine as you what? It is fine as you assume. So we're just gonna delete all that. You assume I don't know what they are key is. Get the fuck out of here. What an unk is, comma. You assume that I'm a messy hairdresser. And to be honest, y'all, I very rarely even do hair now. Now I'm just selling. Now I'm making sell my products and launching my website and stuff like that. He doesn't know me. You know, those are all speculatory things. Like, but now, child style hairdresser, and you assume that I've only dated bad men. All those are assumptions that you have made baselessly. So again, if you cannot successfully rebut my talking points, and if you to ask me, respond to me. Period. I'm almost finished, y'all, and we're gonna get back on topic. Period. As a matter of fact, I only debate those on my level. Others I teach. And we're gonna take the rest of this out. And that's a black male's quote right there. So, and then he said, black men. Actually, it were the fellow commenters that put a color on it. I said if men would stop creating single parent households. So the hit dog hollered. And typically and statistically speaking, men leave the family. Whether it's breaking up with a woman for a good reason or selfish reasons. Whether it's a divorce or a breakup. Okay. I'm not going to type all that. Let's see. Okay. It was fellow commenters. Or should I put commenters that actually put a color on it. My original comment was if men. I'm not even gonna say that. Let me just delete all this stuff. It's taking up too much time. Okay, and let me erase all of that and go. You can simply ask every single mother you know what happened and see what the answer is. If you don't believe that majority single parent households were created by men. Okay, and then I'm done. Okay, so there we go again. Nothing but deflection. Like, where is the accountability at? Where's the sis, you right. I have started this group and that group. So I don't want to be the type of person that come on YouTube and just point out everything that's wrong. I'm on here and I want to actually give solutions. So, and I actually have great solutions in mind that we can discuss. So first let me read this, make sure I don't sound like a nincompoop. You can simply ask every single mother you know what happened and see what the answer is if you don't believe that majority single parent households are created by men. Actually, you stated not one fact, just speculation and deflection. You assume I don't know what an unk is. You assume that I'm a messy hairdresser, and you assume that I only have dated bad men. All of those are assumptions that you have made baselessly. So again, if you cannot successfully rebut damn. Rebut my talking points, then there's no need for you. Hold on there. I'm coming, y'all. Don't do me. There is no need for you to respond to me. Matter of fact, I only debate those on my level. Others I teach. I wonder if you know a black man made that quote. So again, what we have now, my my resolution is for there to be, take it back to the 60s, since men like living in the 60s so much and riding on the Black Panthers coattails, because they need to create reading labs for their boys. You know, there needs to be there's this guy, his last name is Jackson. He was in Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief and a few other movies. He was in Lottery Ticket by with Bow Wow. I can't think of his name. But he needs help. He's trying to nation build. I don't know his ideology, but I do see him doing positive things and making positive quotes. You need to get with he needs to get with people like the guy that always buy tennis shoes in the hood. What's that rapper's name? Chance the Rapper, and people like that. They need to come together and they need to create a community. And all we have to do is all the rich black people in the world just get together, pick an area of land, preferably down in Texas because there's so much land there, and pick an area of land. And of course, it's cheaper. Build a school, build a hospital, build about 30 houses, 30 to 40 houses, make a park and a community center, all on that one big plot of land, and let's go. And let's go. Make it a private sector. No one in, no one out. You have to buzz even the cops in. Okay? So, like, instead of spending all this money on Bogota and Maseratis and all this other stuff, why can't some of that money be funneled into the black community? Because the white community balling out control off of black dollars. And I'm not talking about just us individually buying name brand clothes. I'm talking about the rich marrying outside of their race, putting all their money in the white. When Dr. Dre dies, his money is going to Nicole. Nicole is a white woman. And she's a lawyer, so the bitch ain't stupid. So, and we seem to forget that. We get her confused with a dumb bimbo. So guess what? Guess what happens after the fact? Oh, the white community is richer, along with his white children. His black children ain't gonna get nothing. Right? Kobe Bryant, he created another white millionaire, right? But we the gold diggers, right? You know what I'm saying? So if we could just keep our money out of the hands of the European and the biracials, then we'll be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. I actually didn't mean to be on here this long because I normally clean my house and do fried laundry on Sunday, but it's someone's birthday weekend here, and not mine, my child's. So I'm cleaning up on today and getting all the laundry done today because they're going to be spending all my money this weekend. So, but we have to lay fault at where it lies at. I'm not saying that everything black women do are perfect. I'm not saying black women are perfect. But what I'm saying is, as the head, as the leader, because I truly believe black men are meant to lead. And the fact that they're not stepping up to the plate and leading us is why we are just flapping in the wind. No, there shouldn't be such a large. Black women should not be the most educated demographic. Black women should not be the most self-employed or entrepreneurial demographic. It should not be. We're exceeding Europeans in their education level. We're exceeding Europeans in their self-employment level. You know what I'm saying? So we are exceeding everyone in all this, but I guess without proper leadership, huh? We're even taking back our image from all these biracials, Latinas, and white women, and y'all let nest in our culture. We're giving them bitches the boot because y'all won't do it. We're not accepting them biracials as black. Nah, them biracials, the biracials. Take that shit over there. I'm sick of it, y'all. I'm just tired of black women getting the blame for everything. Every degenerate, they say, oh, he mustn't have no daddy. A woman must raise him. What? So a woman must have raised him? That's why he acting like that? He not acting like that because a man didn't raise him? Come on now. We got to stop this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Everything is the black woman's fault, right? This Black Span, and I'm out. Love you guys.